Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing here should be considered financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risks before investing.
Yeah, hello and welcome back to another Bitcoin update. So quickly getting started, we could be in the start of this C wave to the downside, where we've been tracking the last few videos to get to this fifth wave after we had a fourth wave top on the 14th of January, where this larger move could basically be taking place in the larger degree A, B, C wave to the downside. Now, so far, we have had a possible B wave top. Right now, what we would be looking for to ensure that this B wave has topped would be a 5-wave move down. So if we look right now at the chart, we could have possibly formed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, that was a little bad, but seems like we have formed a 5-wave move down. Now if we get a 3-wave corrective move up and we get rejected and start falling down, well then that just adds on to the weight that this B wave has indeed topped. Now this B wave that we were looking for, it was a little short, but like we were saying in the last few videos, even though we were saying it wasn't the most probable case, but technically it already did fulfill everything it needed to do in A, B, C to the upside. We were looking for higher prices, but we did also warn that, it was totally doable that it could just fall from here and start that C wave, and it seems like that is what the market has decided to do. So because of that 5-wave move down and rejection, because we did enter towards that resistance zone as well, with that rejection and 5-wave move down, well, that indicates to us that this B wave has indeed topped. It's still possible in a more complex structure where maybe we go for an extended B wave before we get rejected, but due to this 5-wave move down and no clear 5-wave move up yet, it just makes it hard to say that that would be a scenario that is playing out right this moment. We would need to see more happening in order to declare something like that. So the base case will remain that this A, B, C to the downside is playing out. A wave already bottomed, B wave already topped, and now we are in the start of the C wave. There is a few different ways that this could play out. Just with this 5-wave move down we've had right now, that could be our first wave. Then we could start a 3-wave corrective move, which could be our second wave. And then we could start that larger 5-wave in a third wave, more impulsive rally to the downside, which could touch this support zone between 69,553, 76,305, where we could find a 4th wave support in a 3-wave move before we start that final 5-wave move to the downside for that 5th wave to enter this larger degree support zone. Another thing I wanted to point out too is it's totally possible to just dip into support and then that could be all of the C wave and the 5th wave. So we will be looking for that as well. But right now we are essentially just watching this C wave develop into this support zone, and I think it would be important to know that that could definitely be a likely scenario too, where we just touch support, find our support, and then that larger rally, which we have been talking about, could just start from there as well. Or maybe it could do that touch again for a 1-2 setup, but a higher low, and then start that impulsive 3rd wave. That's also totally doable as well, just depending on how the structure will play out. So after this 5th wave, when we enter the support zone, if we do fall a little below it, that's fine, as long as we get back into it. What we do not want to see is a decisive break below. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. It shouldn't be too crazy for this 5th wave to the downside to play out. There's a few different ways that this could play out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be the main one, which we would be looking for. but it is totally possible if we do something where we kind of go sideways like that before we enter, but it's just not as doable as well. It's totally possible to get that extended B wave before we head lower as well, but our base case is that this would just be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move to the downside. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.